guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today is the first video since that Real Madrid game where I did a live watch along. Thank you to all the people that did tune in. It's been a few days since then and I'm still buzzing with the result. Manchester City beat Real Madrid 4-2 group, which was just unheard of. But yeah, today I'm going to be continuing with the Champions League theme. Tomorrow it is back again with the quarter-finals, the mini tournament in Lisbon with PSG versus Atalanta. And in today's video, I'm pretty much going to do my predictions for the remainder of the Champions League. Who's going to win quarter-final games, semi-final games, and final games, obviously. We're just going to see who I think is going to win. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible. Obviously, I'm a City fan, so there's going to be a little bit of bias towards City. But I'll try and leave the bias as much as possible and try and base my opinions slightly off facts instead of just my opinions. Before we do get into today's video, though, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are still going for that 10k mark. Also press that notification bell if you haven't already, because I will be doing a live stream for the Lyon match next Saturday. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully it'll be as good as Madrid. But yeah, I'll be live for that, so make sure to check that out when I go live. So then, to begin this video, we have got PSG versus Atalanta. The French champions versus third place team in Italy. Atalanta had one of the best restarts in Europe's top 5 leagues. They ended the season in third, 5 points off top spot Juventus, losing to Inter Milan on the final day though. They got 98 goals in Serie A, which was insane. And not all honesty, they probably could have won the league had they not had such a poor start to the season. In terms of Champions League so far this season, they started off our group very, very poorly. They lost 3 games out of 3 to Zagreb, Shakhtar and us. They then drew to us, getting 1 point, beat Zagreb and Shakhtar, and they scraped somehow through the group, getting 7 points. They then came against Valencia, arguably one of the easiest draws they could have got. They went on to beat them, I think, 8-4 on aggregate, and that is why they're here now against PSG. They're a much better team, I would say, now than they were sort of when we played them. So I think this one could be interesting. PSG obviously haven't played any competitive football really, other than the Coupe de France and stuff, since before the restart. They played a few friendlies, they played a few cup matches in which they drew 0-0, won in penalties, and the other one I think they won. For this one though, Verratti and Mbappe are going to be injured, which I think could be crucial. Mbappe, however, should be back if they make it to the semi-finals. In terms of score predictions for this one, I'm going to go for a interesting one here. I'm actually going to say Atalanta will knock PSG out. PSG have never made it to the semi-finals of the Champions League, which I find truly, truly mind-blowing. They have bottled it on several occasions. They played us and we beat them, I remember, in 2016. That was the last time we made it to the semi-finals, when we beat them 3-2 on aggregate. And then they bottled it to Barcelona and they had that 4-0 lead and capitulated and losing 6-1. But yeah, I think Atalanta will go through this one. I think they're going to win 2-1. I think the loss of Mbappe and Verratti is going to be key. And yeah, I think Atalanta will make it to the semi-finals. They'll play the winner of the next match I'm doing, Atletico Madrid versus RB Leipzig. This one, in my opinion, is the most straightforward of all the games. RB Leipzig haven't played any games since the end of the Bundesliga season, which was back on the 27th of June. So over a month without any games played. In my opinion, very, very big error that. They also have lost Timo Werner since the last time they played, because he's now a Chelsea player, which is a bit annoying for them. A bit like us with Leroy Sané. Obviously, in the round of 16, they went and knocked out Tottenham, which was a little bit of a surprise. I think everyone kind of did back Tottenham. Tottenham could have definitely done with the second leg being now as opposed to when it was, because they had, I think, pretty much their whole attack out through injury back then. So that was a bit of a disadvantage for them. Their opponents for Thursday's match, however, Atletico Madrid, a team that hasn't lost since February 1st when they lost 1-0 to Real Madrid, eventual Spanish champions. Since then, they've been on great form. They ended the season in third, obviously, much like Atalanta would have finished much higher if they hadn't started the season so poorly. Obviously, they've come into this game, in terms of Champions League form, having beaten current European champions and English champions, Liverpool, probably favourites from the tournament. So you really have got to back Madrid here. And with the likes of Werner missing, I've got to go with Madrid win here. I'm going to say 2-0 to Madrid. Next game is Friday night's game. It's going to be Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. Both teams played round of 16 second legs. Both teams won the game at home. Barcelona had a much worse season, however, than Bayern Munich this season. They came second in La Liga, 5 points behind Madrid. For their standards, not good enough. And on the whole, it was a pretty poor season, only reaching 81 points. The league was lost with the penultimate game of the season when they lost 2-1 to Osasuna. And all in all, I think if you're a Barcelona fan, you'd say the club is not in a great place right now. They obviously did beat Napoli 3-1 in the return fixture at the Camp Nou. It was 1-1 in Italy, so they'll obviously be satisfied with the win. However, the win wasn't as easy as it sounded. Koulibaly had a bit of a disaster on the day, but on the whole, you'd probably say Napoli edged it and were probably the better team. It was just the likes of Messi having a masterclass once again, the GOAT, that sent them through. But yeah, Napoli definitely had more of the chances. They had an offside goal and stuff, and if stuff like VAR hadn't been implemented, then who knows, they could have been knocked out. Obviously, it is also worth mentioning, Barcelona were unlucky not to have a fourth goal with Messi scoring, but it was given out for handball in one of those stupid handball decisions. Bayern Munich, on the other hand, have been in fine form. They've come off the back of a 7-1 aggregate victory over Chelsea after beating them 4-1 at the Allianz. And Bayern Munich, for me, are the favourites for this tournament. In terms of squad, their squad is just incredible. They got the best striker in the world, in my opinion, in Lewandowski. Next year, their attack is going to be even better when they add Sané to Gnabry and Lewandowski. I think Barcelona really could actually get embarrassed here. I don't think they will, though. I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Bayern Munich. Could either be 3 or 4-0, though. In the past, we have actually had semi-finals where Bayern Munich have convinced Barcelona and one team has thrashed the other. So it will be interesting to see if that happens again. But I can see Lewandowski getting 2, Gnabry getting 1, and Messi obviously has to score. But who knows, we have seen in the past Messi go missing in the big Champions League matches. But yeah, I've got Bayern Munich to make up the second semi-final against the winner of Lyon versus Man City. In the Lyon versus Man City game, I think everyone is expecting City probably to cruise this. They're probably going to say this is the biggest and most comfortable game. I disagree strongly. Lyon came 7th in Ligue 1 last year, meaning they will not be playing European football next year, so this is their last chance. City don't have a great history against Lyon. We only played them last season and we lost to them at home and drew to them away, so it clearly isn't going to be an easy game. We've got some very, very good players like Hassim Aouar, Maxwell Cornet and Memphis Depay. They've just knocked out Juventus, so they definitely can't be taken too lightly. And yeah, I do think this one's going to be close. City obviously come into this one on a massive high after just beating the biggest club in world football, Real Madrid. And we obviously ended the season very well. And I do think we'll win it, but not as comfortably as people think. I think I can see us winning this one 2-1, but I think it will go to extra time. I really, really don't think this one's going to be a comfortable one for City. But I think we'll just about get over the line and we'll make our way to the semi-finals for the second time in the club's history. Moving on to the semi-finals, we have Atletico Madrid versus Atalanta. This could be an interesting tie. Atalanta, a very, very attacking team, as I said, 98 goals, leaking quite a lot of goals defensively though. Atletico Madrid, quite literally the opposite. They do score a few goals, not many at all though, and are most known for their incredible defensive structure, which is the main reason they beat Liverpool. But they, as we've seen at Liverpool, they did manage to get 3 goals, so they can score goals. I think in this one, Diego Simeone will be too much for Atalanta though, and I do think Atalanta will struggle, and I think I can see Diego Simeone's side win this one 1-0. I think it'll be a pretty boring game though, with Madrid just hitting Atalanta on the break. So yeah, I think Madrid will make it as the first team in the final. The second semi-final will obviously be Bayern Munich versus Man City according to my predictions. And this is the one where I see City getting knocked out. As I said, Bayern Munich my favourites for the competition. City defensively very weak, not too sure how our back line is going to cope with Lewandowski and Gnabry. Bayern Munich have recently had a decent history of absolutely smacking English teams. Obviously they lost to Liverpool last year, which gives us a bit of hope. And they haven't improved all that much since last season. But I do think they are a better team. I also think in the league, it took us to the very end of the season to get 4 wins in a row. And so the chances of us carrying on this form against European elite teams, I just think is very slim. I can see defensive mistakes being the final nail in the coffin. However, I do think this will probably be the game of the tournament. I think City will lose this one 3-2 though. So then that makes it an Atletico Madrid final against Bayern Munich. Atletico Madrid have obviously made the final on 2 occasions in the last, 8 years or so. Both of which against Real Madrid, both of which they lost. One of which in normal time, one of which where Ramos scored in injury time to equalise, and they went to lose 4-1. Bayern Munich have made the final in 2 occasions in the last decade. They obviously lost to Chelsea on penalties before the next year beating Dortmund 2-1 at Wembley. And like I said the whole way through, Bayern Munich, my favourites. I've got them to win this one 2-1. I think the likes of Lewandowski will be too much for Atleti's defence. And as good as I do think Atleti are, I don't think they're good enough to win the tournament. So for that reason, I've got Bayern Munich to win the tournament this season. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments down below. Do you think City can win it, or do you think it'll go to a Bayern Munich or an Atletico Madrid type team? Like I said at the start of the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you haven't already. And press that notification bell so you are notified the second I go live for the Lyon live stream. But that's all for me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.